Welcome to Psalm 67, God Guides the Nations. Well, we have went through a summer, the dry spell on the Oregon coast here, and I just got my Escalonia bushes all trimmed and my car waxed, waiting for the wet weather to come, and sure enough, it just hit this morning, and it's blowing outside 30, 40 miles an hour, the wind, a gale coming through. So if you hear any noises, strong noises, that's what it is, just to let you know. It begins in the title, to the director. I'll read this in the Greek a little bit. Is to telos, in ymnis psalmos, odis to David. O Theos, Ikterise imas ke evlogise imas, epiphane to prosopon avtu imas ke eleise imas. Tu genone entigi tin odon su, in passing ethnisi to soterion su. Exomologisas dosan si lei o Theos, exomologisas dosan si lei pantas. Ephranthis tosen ke alias dosan ethni, otikrinis leus in evthititi, ke ethni antigi odigisis. The apsalma. Exomologisas dosan si lei o Theos, exomologas gasthison si lei pantas. Gi educaton carpon avtis, evlogise imas o Theos imon, evlogise imas o Theos, ke fovithitosen avton pantata perita tis gis. I decided it's a short psalm to read the whole thing. People ask me to do that sometimes. To the director, as usually has, among the ymnis, psalmos, odis. There we have all three words that we went through in, I think it was 65, Psalm 65, the differences between them. You can go back and see that. And it was attributed to David. God, may he pity us. To have pity, it's to feel sorry for someone, but it's by the one observing, which he results in a feelings of compassion for the person and hopefully followed by actions. And this all fits right here. May he pity us, feel sorry for us. We're going through tough times, health problems, or financial difficulties, relationships, and moving, all sorts of things that we're going through. May he pity us. Look and feel sorry. This person needs some help. So God has feelings, and feelings of compassion. You just don't pity somebody and go, oh, well, he deserves it. Well, that's not pity, something else. But pitying expects a feeling of compassion for the person's situation, and then a follow-up with hopefully God, the person that pities will do something about the situation. And this is what we look at God, that he would see these things and do something about them. But if we expect that of God, then God expects those things of us, I believe, that we should be, we see somebody, they're having a hard time, that we pity them. I feel sorry for them. But as it says someplace in the New Testament, I think it was James, if we just say, well, hope you get better, brother, and leave and don't help them out, that's not real true pity. But we should be doing something, feeling this compassion, then we should do something about it. If it's in our power to do something about it. In Romans 9:15, it says, For to Moses he says, I will show mercy on whomever I should show mercy, and I shall pity whomever I should pity. So God decides, makes the decision of whether he is going to do something about it, to show mercy. In Proverbs 12:10, it says, a just one pities the lives of his cattle. Feel sorry for them if they're hungry or in the cold, want to do something for them. But the feelings of compassion of the impious ones are unmerciful. They can look, their compassion doesn't go anywhere. And then Proverbs 13:11, it says, a just one pities and lends. Somebody that doesn't have money and needs it, we can lend him our tools to do something. If he needs to climb on his roof, and we give him a ladder and help him sew it. I had recently had something happen to me that a man across the street pitied me. He saw where I had cut half of my escallonia bush. It got up to like 12 feet. Let's say this is a 12 feet right here. And I cut it down almost to half, but I couldn't get all the way across because it was 4 feet wide, so I could only get it like 2 feet. So here it is like this. So it goes down and across. This is where I did it. And the other side was still up at the 12 feet. So I get a knock on the door, open it up, and the man across the street says, tomorrow I'm going to cut the rest of your escallonia. He pitied me, saw that I had a lot of work to do, and I'm not in the greatest of shape after the hip replacement and everything. So what did he do? He came over and cut it all down, and we got it all cut. So pitying us. Micah 7:19, it says, though he shall turn and shall pity us, he shall sink our iniquities and shall throw away into the depths of the sea all of our sins. And I believe this is at the judgment. And in Isaiah 30:18, and again, God will wait so as to pity you. And on account of this, he shall be raised up high to show mercy on you. And the raising up on high, I think of Jesus on the cross being raised up high. And the pity for us is that Jesus had pity for us, that he went through the crucifixion, the torture and the ridicule and all of that, because he pitied us and he did something about it. He went to the cross and suffered. But it says in Isaiah 27:11 and Jeremiah 13:14 and 21:7 that there will come a time when God will not pity. That's not a quote, but those places show where God, what he says, that he will not pity. And bless us to shine his face upon us and to show mercy on us. Now, if God has a face or not, that I don't know. But prosopon is also the front, to shine his front upon us and to show mercy upon us. And to shine, I think of Moses going up into the Mount Sinai, and when he came down, his face shone. And this is what hopefully will happen with us, that God will lighten our faces, brighten our faces by showing mercy upon us, that we will shine also. To know in the earth your way. And his way in the New Testament is mentioned in Acts 9:2, where it says, so that if any should be found being of the way, both men and women, having bound them, he should lead them unto Jerusalem. And that was Saul, who later became Paul. The early Christians were of the way. It mentions this being of the way in 2 or 3 places. I believe one is when Paul is in front of King Agrippa, knowing about the way. Among all nations, your deliverance, salvation in the King James. But it's not just Jewish people that wear these long black coats, men that wear the long black coats with these big fur hats that go way out, and they have the long locks, hair that goes falling down, or somebody that wears a yarmulke on their head. It's not just for them. They may think it's just for them, but it's not. Among all nations, your salvation, if you will, in the King James, are a deliverance. Jesus is the soter, the deliverer. Now, it says, let the peoples make acknowledgement to you. 4 places this word appears. And I was going to make acknowledgement to God might be a better title for this psalm, because it says, let all peoples make acknowledgement to you, O God. So we see it's to all peoples, not just to Jews. Jesus came for us that are not Jews to be with him in paradise, New Jerusalem. So all peoples are to make acknowledgement, which happens now. People throughout the world make acknowledgement to the God of Israel. They know who the God of Israel is. The Jews themselves may not know. That country is just terrible, Israel today. I don't want to get into all the details, but it's far from being godly as far as the way the Old Testament shows that they should be, and the way Christ has taught to be in the New Testament, which the Old Testament mentions. The New Testament will coming. Be glad and exult. O nations, again the nations, showing it's not just Israel. For you shall judge the peoples in straightness. Now, this is, I believe, you as God, and you shall guide the nations in the earth. Guiding, O the Gises, to guide. And here the way is the I gotta find it here. I'm not sure where it went, but the way, your way here, Othon, 3598. So 3594 is the Gises, to guide in a way. And we see in Amos 8:31 it says, and he said, for how long might I be able unless someone should guide me? I mean, Acts 8:31, and that's the Ethiopian eunuch is on the road, and Philip the evangelist jumps up on his chariot, and the Ethiopian asks him, how am I going to know unless someone should guide me? In John 16:13 it says, but whenever that one should come, who? The Spirit of the truth, the Agios Pneuma, Spirit, Pneuma, he will guide you into all the truth. The Holy Spirit comes into our lives, guides us into the truth. And then in Revelation 7:17 it says, for the Lamb in the midst of the throne shall tend them, and he shall guide them unto springs of waters of life. And we hope that this is where we are going to be going, to the New Jerusalem with Jesus. The pause, apsoma. But then again, same acknowledgement. Let peoples make acknowledgement to you, not just the Jews, O God. Let all the peoples make acknowledgement to you, which we are today. I'm not Jewish, and maybe most of you probably aren't either. Not that there's anything wrong with being Jewish. It's wonderful to be Jewish. God bless you. But everyone is to make acknowledgement to God, which we do. And then it continues, the earth gave her fruit. May God, our God, bless us. And he does by the earth bearing forth fruit. May God bless us and let all the ends of the earth fear him, not just Israel, but all the ends of the earth. If the Jews are reading the Psalms and they see this, they must know that God is for everyone in this earth, not just for them. I can choose somebody, but that doesn't mean everybody else is excluded. I can see a bunch of people. I'm going to choose who I want to be on my baseball team, and there may be 20 people, and I only need 8, whatever there is. And so I get to choose them. But the others doesn't necessarily mean that they're not going to be able to play backup when I need them. If one of the 8 people gets hurt, then I have to go to one of the other people and get a person to replace the one that was chosen at the beginning. I believe it's something like that with God and choosing the Jews, but yet we're the backup. And now seems like all the Jews are hurt, and God has called the backup, which is doing a better game than the chosen were. The next video seminar is going to be, let's see, here it is. Let God arise. That's Psalm 68. And I imagine the being arise has to do with Jesus and the crucifixion. We'll find out. Psalm 68. Hope you'll join us. Till then, God bless.